Yeah, big storyline. In addition to the games that are being played, we're going to just go touch bases on that pretty quickly. The big storyline involves Milwaukee and what they're going to do with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is about to ask to be traded. He's got a multi-year contract, making 45, 50 million per year, does not want to be part of rebuild. There was a meeting on Thursday in which they talked to Giannis about, does he want to stay? Does he want to go? We don't know the results of that meeting yet. There are rumors everywhere in the NBA that teams have lined up ready to make a deal. The Brooklyn Nets have 4 first-round draft picks. In fact, they have 5 of the top 37 picks in the draft.
Wow.
They supposedly want to make a sales pitch to Milwaukee to get Giannis in a trade. At this point, I don't know whether Giannis wants to play for Brooklyn because that's not a franchise that's had a great deal of success. Philadelphia, according to reports on the East Coast, is also a player, and they have the 3rd pick in the lottery. They have multiple number ones in years to come, and they have Paul George. They might make a pitch to try to get access to him. And Houston, which has the 10th pick in the first round, a load of picks in years coming, and good young players, lots of young players. Houston could be a player if Giannis wants to be traded. So keep an eye on that storyline. We'll see what happens maybe in the next 48 hours. We'll get an indication what actually was said. Was there a demand made? Was there a request made? Was somebody turned down as to what's going to happen with Giannis, the superstar forward in Milwaukee? Lakers, rumors everywhere around the league. The Lakers are trying to creatively come up with a package to get a rim protector, shot blocking center. Now, the burning question is, what have they really got? One rumor has them trading Dalton Connect and the future number 1, the only number 1 they can trade, which is in 2031, trading Connect and the number 1 back to Charlotte to reacquire Mark Williams, the big center, who they got at the deadline and then voided the trade for because of injury issues. But Williams went back to Charlotte and finished out the rest of the season, didn't have any injury problems there. So that's one rumor. There's another rumor that the Lakers have told everybody around the league, we've got expiring contracts. We're willing to trade you. In addition to Connect and a number 1, we're willing to trade Gabe Vincent, who's worth $11 million on an expiring contract. We're interested in trading Maxi Kleber, who came from Dallas in the Luka trade. His contract's worth 11. So if there are clubs out there that are willing to take on contracts, get rid of the players, and then have those contracts to use for free agency, maybe that's some way that they're going to be able to go get a center. In terms of the playoffs, New York Knickerbockers, my goodness, first time in 44 years in the NBA Conference Finals, 17-point lead against Indiana on Wednesday night and lose it. Absolutely unraveled in the final 3 minutes of the game. Would not stop taking bad threes, stop playing defense. And their whole game is predicated on, we're going to mug you when you have the basketball. We're going to body bag you, etc. And they stopped playing defense, and they let Halliburton and those guys in Indiana just go crazy in the final couple minutes of the game, forced it into overtime, and Indiana won. Holy cow. The New York Knicks fans were just stun-gunned numb as they were leaving Madison Square Garden. Other playoff series, Oklahoma City's got so many athletes. Oklahoma City is so gifted on defense. They keep running guys at you, and they really rocked Minnesota in the first game of that playoff series. Now, it's interesting to see what's going to happen here. I think that thing is going to wind up going 7, but Minnesota does not have the depth nor the athleticism. They got grit, and they got a bunch of bangers, and obviously they've got the very controversial guard in Anthony Edwards. But I just don't know if they have enough athletes to stay in a race. And that's really what it is. It is a 40-yard dash. That's the way that Oak City plays basketball. And the last topic on the table is the WNBA. And John and I have talked extensively about Caitlin Clark. And they had the opening game of the season on national TV. Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. And those two went after each other when they were in college at Iowa and LSU. Last year, first year in the NBA, they went after each other again. Awful lot. We talked about it extensively. Media covered it, about everybody bagging on Caitlin Clark like she didn't really belong there. Well, Caitlin Clark got better and better as the season wore on. Caitlin Clark's responsible for big TV ratings and responsible for so many other things with the success of the WNBA. Anyhow, the opening night game, 2.7 million viewers.
Cool.
Highest TV rating ever in the WNBA. And of course, that game also featured a Caitlin Clark hard foul, Angel Reese whining and crying, and then racial taunts from the fans, which has kind of infuriated everybody. At the end of the day, this year seems to be like last year, where nobody seemed to respect Caitlin Clark for the big picture of everything she's meant to the entire league, which to me is amazing. So, John, don't shoot air balls here. You want to comment on Giannis in Milwaukee? You want to talk about the Lakers, talk about the playoffs, talk about Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese?
Okay, let's talk about Giannis for a minute, because I remember hearing from him that he loved Milwaukee, you know, and he was really proud to play maybe in a smaller city, you know, and the fans there embraced him. And obviously they've had some disappointing playoff runs here. You know, they traded for a Lillard and it didn't work out. He got hurt. But why is he giving up? I mean, why are people suspecting he wants out? Is there like some bad chemistry with management or ownership?
No, I think he's beloved, and I think he's the cornerstone of the franchise, but he wants to get back and get another championship, and he sees no way that's possible in Milwaukee. They've traded number one draft picks away in prior deals, and he thinks it's going to be a long rebuild. And does he really want to be there? And Milwaukee's organization has indicated that if he requested a trade because he's been such a great player, they would consider that. But the price tag for anybody to get Giannis out of Milwaukee is going to be staggering, which is why there's very few teams that can actually get in the bidding. You better have a truckload of assets, draft picks, and young players that you're going to send to Milwaukee to make this deal come. I mean, it would be a mega deal.
Well, that's what it's interesting about the Brooklyn Nets. They have all those number one picks, and that's what the Bucks need. Like you said, they traded them away. The other guy I have a question about, you were talking about OKC. Wasn't Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the Clippers at one point? And was he traded for Paul George?
Yes.
So why did the Clippers not see his potential?
Impatience, not willing to wait. And he was not as complete and polished then. He was just a young pup. They got rid of him, I think, a year after he was drafted. They traded him. My goodness. MVP in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable.
32 points a game. And he's not a ball hog. He's just really gifted.
Yeah, he's something else. And that's a team that wears a lot of headbands. You've noticed that? Caruso with the headband, a couple of the other guys out there with the headbands. And then, I mean, the drama in WNBA is kind of fun, you know? And it just kind of adds to the whole, you know, mystique of it. They're trying to build this league up. And I love how they're getting big ratings. I mean, I was on vacation. I missed this. Caitlin
I
Clark.
Watched it.
Oh, you did? So you enjoyed the drama, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's basketball. It's a physical sport. They're going to be banging down there, even the ladies. Hey, what do you think about Paige Beckers? How's she been doing out of the gate?
Their TV ratings were the second highest. She, of course, now plays for the Dallas Wings. Cool. Right out of the gate, she played really, really well. But obviously, the marquee one is because Caitlin and Angel went face to face. I mean, you do remember look at me, my ring.
Angel, wasn't some of this kind of going on too?
Exactly. Yeah, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Iowa versus LSU.
I can't see you, or you can't see me, or something like that.
Yeah, here's my ring.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So it's really become a marquee thing. Just go to your cell phone. Just please tell me when Indiana plays Chicago the next time in the WNBA. Must see TV.
Right on.
But the stunning thing is, I mean, Caitlin Clark said, it was a hard foul. I'm allowed to take hard fouls. And then it became a flagrant foul. But as Angel was just raging about what she did to me, then the network rolled a video of last year where Angel Reese hammered somebody with two-hand check who was in the air in a WNBA game. So, I mean, Reese is whining about what Caitlin Clark did. What she did to this other player who was driving the basket up in the air was brutal.
Well, remember last season, Caitlin Clark was just getting brutalized down low.
Oh, getting chopped up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's cool that the ladies can be physical, you know? And it's not like I want a cat fight or something like that. No, I just appreciate that they're beautiful and athletic. And I think that makes it really compelling TV.
Yeah, the cool thing to watch that first game, that opening night, Caitlin Clark was hitting threes from the next area code.
Beautiful.
Caitlin Clark was making passes through traffic. You say, how the hell did she get that ball in there? Yeah, and she was doing it all night. Yeah. She went, in the first game of the season, she went 20, 10, and 10. 20 points, 10 boards, and 10 assists. And she was whistling passes all over the place. It was really
Showtime.
impressive. Yeah, very much. Her version of Showtime.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all things basketball.